Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm excited to show you an incredible hard drive I received, packed with over 38,000 games from all platforms. This could be the perfect solution for retro game lovers and fans of more modern titles, whether emulated or natively for PC. This hard drive promises hours of fun without the hassle of downloading, installing, or configuring emulators. It also includes 3 different systems: Playnite, Launchbox, and Retrobat, which I'll showcase for you. Trust me, this hard drive will provide a complete and enjoyable experience. To give you an idea, while recording this video, I ended up playing for 3 hours straight through the night. When you receive the product, you'll find a large box containing a 3.5 inches hard drive, ensuring faster read speeds. Inside the box, there's a USB 3.0 cable and a power adapter since the drive requires 12 volts to function. The adapter is dual voltage, working with both 100 and 240 volts outlets. Mine came with a plug for American sockets, but when purchasing, you can select the option that suits your needs best. If you're interested in getting this product and supporting the channel, the purchase link will be in the description. Now, let's dive into the 3 main systems on this hard drive, starting with Playnite, which holds the native PC games. You'll find a fantastic selection of 2D games that run on almost any PC or laptop, even modest ones. Keep in mind that the hard drive only stores the games, so you'll still need a PC to run them. Highlights include titles like Cult of the Lamb, Cuphead, Dead Cells, Double Dragon, 3D remakes of Final Fantasy, the Hades series, Metal Slug, Neon Abyss, Octopath Traveler, Ori and the Blind Forest, the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up, Tunic, and Vampire Survivor. It's hard not to fall in love with at least one of these games. To play, simply click play, and the game will start without any additional launchers. I tested online mode in some games, and while 2 didn't work, I was able to access Dead Cells daily challenges, which were up to date. Most games are complete with their DLCs. The second system is Launchbox, focused on retro games. Here, you'll find titles for Super Nintendo, 3 different PlayStation versions, PSP, almost every Nintendo console, and even the original Xbox. Most of these games run through emulators, mainly via RetroArch. The great thing is that everything comes pre-configured, so all you need to do is pick your favorite game and click to play. In seconds, the game will be running, with no need to hunt down BIOS or mess with complicated settings. Launchbox lists 4,193 games from various platforms, all ready for you to enjoy. Lastly, I saved Retrobat for last, which was a very pleasant surprise. If you haven't heard of it, Retrobat is fantastic, with flashy intros and previews of the games before you even open them, making it easy to choose and adding to the experience with its sleek, eye-catching interface. The entire interface is in full HD, designed for modern screens, so you can enjoy every detail in the best possible way. Here, we'll explore some of the most iconic platforms that this hard drive offers, starting with Atomiswave, a Sega arcade featuring 23 games. The Sega SG-1000, considered the father of the Master System, comes with 98 games, adding a retro touch to your gaming sessions. Next, we have the Sega Genesys, boasting an impressive library of 1,206 games, where pixelated titles like Sonic 2 shine with their characteristic retro visuals, providing a nostalgic and visually stunning experience. Moving on, there's the Game Gear, Sega's portable system famous for devouring batteries, with 406 games. And of course, the legendary Sega 32X, featuring 37 games, promises arcade-quality graphics for the Sega Genesys. For those who enjoy challenges, the Sega Saturn is here with 27 games. Despite being one of my favorite consoles, it still presents emulation difficulties even today. I tested Burning Rangers, one of the best 3D titles on the platform. Even with adjustments, the game maintains its original resolution, with few enhancements. However, 2D games shine on the Saturn, and we have perfect gameplay of Mega Man X4. The Saturn's older brother, the Dreamcast, is also present with 34 games, including classics like Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, The House of the Dead 2, and the unforgettable Marvel vs. Capcom 2, running with superior resolution quality. For survival horror fans, Resident Evil 3 on the Dreamcast offers much higher quality than the PlayStation 1 version. Still on the Sega front, we have the Sega Naomi, another arcade released in 1998, featuring a collection of 54 games. Here, you'll find an excellent variety of titles from SNK and Capcom, running in fantastic quality, true to the original arcade speed. One of my favorite systems, the Neo Geo, is also included. With 151 games, mostly focused on fighting, but with many classics from the 90s. The Neo Geo is a system ahead of its time, and if we were to discuss all the great games on this platform, we could spend the whole day here. We also have the Neo Geo Pocket and Neo Geo Pocket Color, with 82 and 89 games, respectively. These handheld consoles competed with the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, offering a good variety of Japanese games and classic fighting titles. On the Sony side, the original PlayStation delivers an enhanced 3D gaming experience, with 43 games, including classics like Crash Bandicoot and various RPGs that defined the era. The PlayStation 2 features 41 games, such as Black, several titles from the Burnout franchise, and the beginnings of iconic series like God of War. The PCSX2 1.7 emulator is configured, but if you want to adjust it for even better performance, like I did for Need for Speed Underground 2, the results can be spectacular. We also have the PSP with 91 games, including God of War, Castlevania, Tekken, titles from the Harvest Moon franchise, and GTA. Running these games, the modern interface and enhanced resolution ensure an incredible experience, with sharp graphics that provide moments of pure fun. In addition to everything we've discussed, there are also 4 PlayStation 3 games: Catherine, the first 2 God of War titles, and The Wolf Among Us. These games run through the RPCS3 emulator, which may require a slightly more robust PC to run smoothly. However, if you meet the requirements, the visual experience will be amazing, with no graphical issues or interruptions. Still on the arcade theme, we have Final Burn Neo, featuring 97 games, which includes arcades from the 80s and early 90s. Meanwhile, MAME boasts 2,116 games, focusing more on classics from the 90s. Among them are iconic titles like X-Men, and the emulator is already set up for up to 4 players to enjoy together, depending on each game's capacity. Speaking of lesser-known systems, we have the Sufami Turbo, a version of the Super Famicom with 2,449 games, which are basically the Eastern versions of the Super Nintendo, featuring many exclusive titles that you won't find in other libraries. We also have the Bandai handheld, the WonderSwan, with 113 games, and its more advanced version, the WonderSwan Color, with 91 games. For those who are unfamiliar, this is a great opportunity to explore these consoles that made their mark in Japan. The TurboGrafx-16 is also here, with 298 games available, alongside the classic Game Watch, the portable minigames from Nintendo released between the 80s and 90s, featuring 59 games. Next, we arrive at the original NES, with 1,933 games. It's worth noting that I won't show any classic Nintendo exclusive games to avoid copyright issues, but you'll find major titles like Contra, which you're currently seeing on the screen. Even on full HD monitors, the resolution looks great. In the line of Nintendo handhelds, we have the Game Boy with 1,527 games, followed by the legendary Super Nintendo, featuring 761 games. Although the library may seem limited, the key titles are here, ensuring hours of fun. We also have the Super Game Boy, with 1,289 games, including many ROM hacks and unofficial translations, and the Nintendo 64, which has 461 games. While N64 emulation still has its challenges, some games can run with slight slowdowns, but most are playable. The Game Boy Color brings 1,289 games, including many titles from the Pokémon and Mario series, as well as other classics from the 90s. The Game Boy Advance, with its impressive library of 2,782 games, is also present. Here you will find great titles like Zelda, Castlevania, Final Fantasy, and Mario, offering one of the best selections of portable games of all time. Its successor, the Nintendo DS, features 78 games, including Animal Crossing, Castlevania, Dragon Quest, GTA, Kirby, Kingdom Hearts, and Pokémon. Although it has a more limited library, you'll find several heavyweight classics. The Nintendo GameCube appears with 26 games, including notable titles like Need for Speed, Soul Calibur, Medal of Honor, Rayman, and even Star Wars. All of these titles run on the Dolphin emulator, providing impressive emulation quality. The Nintendo Wii brings us the acclaimed Donkey Kong Country Returns, while the Nintendo Wii U gifts us with the spectacular Mario Kart 8 and the unforgettable Zelda Wind Waker. The Snes MSU-1 is a variation of the Super Nintendo equipped with an additional chip that allows it to run enhanced games with videos, similar to old VCDs, and CD-quality soundtracks. This system currently has a library of 13 games, providing an improved audio-visual experience for classic titles, offering a blend of nostalgia with significant technological upgrades. Lastly, we have 7 games available for the Nintendo Switch, running on a slightly older version of Yuzu Early Access. While this version isn't the latest, the games still deliver a good gameplay experience. I really enjoyed this product, especially all the content available on Retrobat, and I recommend it for anyone who doesn't want the headache of configuring each system or doesn't know where to download games. It's a practical and highly functional solution. For context, most games worked perfectly with the DualShock 4, but for greater compatibility, it's best to use a controller that supports input. Remember, the link to purchase the product will be in the description. Thank you for your audience, and see you in the next video.